Hi everyone. I'm just going to do a quick flip through of this Traveler's Notebook junk journal that I created for a friend of mine for a Christmas gift. I have to get it in the mail today, so it's kind of my last chance to do a video. So if I do post this on YouTube, it probably won't be until after Christmas to give her a chance to receive it before and see it before she sees it on YouTube. This closure is coffee dyed sari silk ribbon. It was just cream to begin with. So I've used a lot of Tim Holtz papers in here. This is a Tim Holtz paper that I used for the cover. And Tim Holtz paper here that I used for the front pocket. This is a vintage invoice. It's available in my Etsy shop. I've used several documents that are from this set. It's called Printable Vintage Ephemera English Documents. So I've used several of those documents in this journal. And I printed this one on coffee dyed paper, and I inked the creases on the back too, just to make it look more aged. This green paper is painter's masking paper that I just took the edge and torqued down the side of a metal ruler. Old computer paper and some tape that I aged to make it look antique. Piece of note paper, aged note paper that's available in my Etsy shop. I printed it on both sides and printed it on coffee dyed paper. And a coffee dyed glassine bag with a couple of ETC size cards. It's from the Vintage Deeds set in my Etsy shop. Coffee dyed paper. Some vintage stamp paper, vintage stamps. This is a Tim Holtz piece of paper. I think it might be an old one. I'm not sure, but I've had it for a long time. And I finished the tag off with a piece of baker's twine that I just inked up to make it a little more aged looking. This is a Tim Holtz paper that I used for this belly band. The green background paper, I'm not too sure where that came from. It was gifted to me in Happy Mail some time ago. And this is another piece of Tim Holtz paper that I inked the edges a bit and sewed the edges and just glued down to make a pocket. This is another one of those vintage deed ATC cards from my Etsy shop. This is another document from the English document set in my Etsy shop, and I printed it on coffee dyed paper and inked the edges up. A vintage definition for journal, and tracing paper that's coffee dyed, a lightly coffee dyed square doily. And this pink paper, I'm also not sure where that comes from. I received that in Happy Mail some time ago. And more Tim Holtz paper that I sewed the edges and glued it down to make a pocket. This is an individual invoice that's available in my Etsy shop. It's not part of a set. For ice cream, Choice Groceries, also First Class Bakery, and I inked the creases on this page as well to make it look older. This is a piece of paper, a page from a typing book. Coffee dyed paper with an embossed piece of cardstock sewn to the edge, and I inked up the paper a bit. Green ledger paper that I coffee dyed, and this is a page from an old steno book that's from the Vintage Deed ATC pack, and this is a year's supply of stationery, $1.95 for 9 pounds of stationery outfit, complete shipping weight 9 pounds. Our price $1.95. Imagine that. That's an image that I scanned from a 1918 catalog that I own. As is this. It's the same catalog that I scanned that image from. And this is a steno page from a steno book. The back side of the green ledger. And this is another document from the English documents set in my Etsy shop. Printed on coffee dyed paper, and I inked up the edges. And this belly band is also Tim Holtz paper, and I sewed a piece of lace down the edge, and that can also be used as a tuck spot. And this is some twill tape ribbon that is stamped with treasured moments. I'm not sure where I got that. I've had it for a long time, and I'm guessing they don't make it anymore, and I don't have too much of it left. I'd like to get some more. If you know of anything like that they still sell, please let me know. I'd like to buy some. And this is a coffee dyed page with a flip out on the end and lace sewn to the edge. The back side of that glassine bag that's coffee dyed, and I just glued down the edges to make a pocket out of it, trimmed it with a bit of lace. There are a couple more of those Vintage Deed documents. Back side of that note paper, and more Tim Holtz paper to make that pocket at the edge, at the end. And this is the final document from the English document set. I didn't use all of them. There's something like 17 documents in the set. And I printed that on coffee dyed paper and inked the edges. And that's it. And I'll show you the previews for the things that the items that I used in this journal. This is the printable vintage ephemera English documents. And this is the printable ATC backgrounds, the Vintage Deed, the printable shabby aged paper pack, Vintage Office. I just used this one paper that has the vintage definition for journal and the desk ink and calendar, and I shrunk those down to make them fit in the traveler's notebook size. And this is the set that the aged note paper was from. It's this middle one of the ones in the middle, but this is a better preview of the page that you can see here. And that's it. Thank you for watching.